When the ass hotter than Marie Sharp. When it bump on me thing, well out when the fun start, y'all. Me no come for play, me no come for skylark. Shoulda know me intention from the very. Hey, y'all. Me like the way you perform, the way you grab on me cocky, turn me on. And on your whip, ready to get it on. She got to wind down to the yard far. So cock it up and put your head by your knee. Never worry about your man tonight, you have for me. Shampira with it.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome to episode 21 of Soca Vibes and Sports. I'm your host, Mello. I'm here with my usual co-hosts, JP, Starboy, and, our new regular, Mr. DG. Just want to say happy Father's Day to all the papas out there. If you are a deadbeat, this message does not apply to you. But just want to say, gentlemen, what's going on? How we doing? Let's get into it.
What's going on, brother? What's going on?
What's going on, bro?
We currently have to watch what Melo says today because from last week, man, we had to put him on high surveillance due to the fact that Melo mouth get crazy sometimes.
Yeah, he was wilding last week, bro.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, bro.
To start off, I'm curious to know: do we have a vivid moment from your father? And we will start with you, Melo.
Vivid moment from my father. Wow. Woo. I would say, when he taught me how to ride a bike.
Okay.
When he first got me my first bicycle, and I didn't know how to ride a bike for jack nothing, and I remember he used to pinch me all the time. Every time when I used to fall off the bike, and he used to get so irritated. I'm just like, I don't know how to ride. That after a while, once when I guess gained my confidence and started riding by myself, he was like, "That's my boy, that's my boy." So I would definitely say that was one vivid moment that I remember having with him.
Okay. And anybody else? Y'all got any experiences? Let's start with you, Starboy. Do you have any experiences?
Nah, I don't got none, bro.
Not with an uncle?
Nope.
Man.
No dad, no uncle, bro.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, it's cruel out here, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, what? You, DG?
I mean, yeah, I got a moment. What could I use? Yeah, so y'all know I used to play football, and football is not a Haitian sport. Soccer is a Haitian sport, but football is not a Haitian sport. But I really love football, and I felt like when I was coming out of high school, I wasn't in like the best shape. I wasn't the fastest, so there's no way for me to play soccer. So I thought football was the best for me, but my parents did not agree. My mom, she came to every game. She did. But my dad, he came to one game, never came back. Yeah, he said he didn't even stay the whole game. He left in the first quarter.
Wow.
Damn.
Because he seen how somebody hit me one play, he left after that. He's like, "Oh, I'm not watching that. You need to go play soccer. Football is not for you. It's too dangerous."
Right.
You're right. But hey, I love football. So that's my vivid memory. It's kind of hard when you're Haitian and you're trying to play football, but now they see where the money at. So now they'll probably let you play a little bit early, but my parents didn't let me play early. They waited till I started high school to play. So that's my memory.
So for me, with my dad, my dad is a character, man. Those come with high and low moments, but as far as the highs are concerned, he's very he's an outdoorsman, if I'd say. Like he like to get out, play sports, coach the youth, things like that. And me and my dad, I feel like I'm very competitive. He's very competitive, but like when it comes to basketball, there's no real friends. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Basketball or football, any of that thing, like anything like that. You know what I'm saying? You want to win. You feel me?
Right.
And the day I remember was when I finally, was able to beat him. You know what I'm saying? He kind of used the excuse of, oh, my back and I'm getting older and all this stuff. But I ain't gonna use it on this day to like, throw in his face, but I definitely got the better of him, in the one-on-one, and I haven't seen him back since. But
Mm-hmm.
we'll definitely have to schedule that up because he used to beat me in racing and everything. So now, what I'm saying, I got the leg up. Saying I got to keep the foot on his neck.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's always good. Seeing him. I talked to him today. Interacting. Big bright smile.
Was your dad an athlete?
Yeah. He got some athleticism in him. He said he
Okay.
football, and then he did a little wrestling here and there, and then what else? Shoot, anything else is beyond me, but yeah, pretty athletic guy.
Yeah, I wish my dad unathletic, no sports, no nothing.
Mm.
You know, some people they gotta grow up in a family that have football players to
Right.
play football. Some people just naturally come to them. I feel like
Yeah.
football just naturally came to me.
Right, right,
Nobody else really liked it. So
right. Sometimes the sport choose you.
Yeah,
mhm.
pretty much. I said for my dad, it was two things: l'école, and l'école. So he
Mhm.
was really strict on school. He didn't give a damn about me playing sports or how I say whatever other things that I like to do outside outside of school. His thing was school, school, school. Make sure that I get nothing but a B. You feel me? Nothing but A's and B's. If I were to get a C, he would have question me, press me like, how dare you get this C? But for him it was just mostly academics, just academics and making sure that I graduate high school, go to college, and just make the best out of my life.
Understood, understood.
Yep.
Well, shout out to all the parents and fathers out there today. So the transition, Boogie suspended for the rest of the season. Man. Now this video, man, shoot, we might. Hey, you think you could pull a video up, Mello?
Let me see. I think I can.
This video is wild, y'all boys. I'm talking about. He walks up to a fan, right? They getting into a back and forth, right? And he grabs his junk, right? And then after he grabs his junk, then he go put his fingers in the guy face. Now tell me that's not fuck man.
That is.
Mhm.
you know, I don't care how big you are or whatever the case might be. I feel like there's a level of respect, and there's a level of respect that you should be willing to crash out about. And I'm not encouraging anybody to have a crash out moment, but if another man grab on his junk and then he reach over and try to put it in your face, oh, I'm laughing because like Soko found I'm a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that one right there, that's a crash out moment. If that was me, if I was a fan, I don't care how we get it done, whether I pick up the chair, that's a crash out moment. Now, what are your thoughts on that, Starboy?
So for me, just basically how you explained it, I feel like you have is a half and half, right? So from the standpoint of Boogie, if you saw the video, right, was the fan initially like, put the fingers up to him first, the fan like, all of that in his face. But he's not like, for example, he's not standing or anything like that. So I guess, he's not, it's not like he was in America, overseas doing this. And then, the whole grabbing his whole nuts and then putting the man face. I think that was extra because he actually went over there. You feel what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like actually went to his face to put his hand in his face. Then another fan try to hit him. Then which made Buddy in the front get up. And then Boogie wanted to get active. And then they kicked him out the game. And then like, leaving the game, he took a lollipop out of fan's mouth.
Hold on,
And,
hold on, hold
That's wild, dog.
yeah, I see. Yep. He took a
Yeah,
lot
because
of
one
out
of
of
the
his mouth
fans,
because that fan
he took
throw.
a lollipop out of their mouth and threw it. So then they start throwing food on him, like beer and stuff like that. And
on.
then he tried to go back. He tried to spin the block, but he
His stress from the blood.
but he fell. Like I'm like, bro, what you doing? Like I see where he coming from, but like, bro, you're not in USA, bro. Like this is overseas.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
was funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. When I first saw that shit, I was like, "Oh boy, here we go. You did some nut shit in a whole different country." And I
What
like,
I know you. I just seen you have the video up, Mello.
Right. Oh,
Did you?
were you guys able to see it?
No, well, I didn't. I didn't post it up. I was just letting Starboy
Oh,
talk now.
got it. Okay, I'm gonna get the video right
DP,
now.
have you seen this, man?
I seen a little glimpse of it. You know, I'm like, when I seen it, I low-key thought it was AI. I was like, ain't no way he just did that. I thought it was AI, but I was like, this shit real? I'm like, but
Yeah.
with him, that's Demarcus Cousins, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, he doesn't have like a clean track record. He seemed like the type of person that would do that. You know, what's the other dude? Artest?
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, Ron Artest, he was always like that. He was willing to crash out at any moment. There's always that one player. Who else? Golden State.
Draymond.
Look at this.
Draymond.
What's happening here? So first, this is what I saw. He got his knee. No, that's loud, man. Yo, that's hold on. Pause the video, Mello. Pause the video. Pause the video, man.
That boy trying to get active.
But
Bro.
don't look like AI a little bit.
a little bit, just a little bit.
All I know is the minute another grown man do something like that to you, come on now, brother. It's
You
no,
have to-
it's
you
we're
have
not even at the game no more. We're not at the game. This is not a game no more. Dog grabs a fistful, dog,
That's
walks
crazy.
over to him and try to stick his hand in his face. Like, bro, I'm telling you, he wouldn't have got that issue. He could have got that issue right then and there, but he would have still had to see about me later on, bro. All the microphones pulled out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that man got kids too. That's somebody's father.
Mm-hmm.
That you sticking your hand in his face like that. You know what I'm saying? So imagine you got to go home to your kids, right? And they bring that up like, Dad, was that you? That Boogie Cousins put his nut juice in your face, like
He deserved it.
Man.
But what you was gonna do?
You get to tell you, they gonna like, don't have me call Boogie up here.
Yeah.
No, you can't go out like that.
No,
Bro,
for
you
sure.
can't beat him.
You can't beat them, but you got to get yours in, bro. I'm talking about.
You're not gonna win that, bro.
In that case, I'm picking up a chair.
I'm not saying don't defend yourself, but I'm saying you're not winning that. Like,
Oh no, of course.
Yeah. Let's say.
He's in a whole game. You think them boy going to scrap like that? Like he gonna pull out the chair, he gonna turn into a WWE match.
I'm pulling out the chair, right? This how I'm coming. I'm pulling
Royal
out
Rumble,
right? And I'm throwing the chair at him. Hope to God, enough people get in between us
before
it register, or I just hope that I clean him up, which is I'm saying, come across his head with the chair, right?
That sound like a Charleston White move, right? Now.
Yeah, see, you talking about you throwing the chair, or you talking about you just?
See, I think actually, let me rewind that back. I'm taking the chair, and I'm coming across his head. But the thing is, I can't let the chair go.
Oh,
if I let the chair go, hey, and nobody get in between. That'd be the moment nobody break nothing up.
Yeah, they're gonna come after you once they see you don't have the chair no more.
Damage. I just hope at least 20 security guards is in my way, and I you just say, hey, you lucky everybody was in the way. I was really
holding me back.
But look, use Stephen A. Smith as an example. Look what happened when LeBron confronted him after the interview. They gonna act like they was tough after what happened.
Yeah.
So you're gonna tell them kids, man, he deserved it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't watch the NBA no more. I don't know.
You know what it is though? I feel like Stephen A. He didn't want no smoke for real, but in that case, he didn't go nowhere either. It was just like, I hear you. But if I'm Stephen A., I'm still in the winning position because if he cleaned him up, he could get a check from LeBron.
Yeah.
So LeBron know you can't touch him. he can't. You know what I'm saying?
Let's see.
I don't think he would have went out like Chris Rock, but
He would have more. He definitely would have more dignity.
yeah. Chris Rock, they would have had to send us a commercial break on that one. Because what? Keep my wife's name out your mouth. Yeah. That's one of your people's, Mello.
Who? Chris Rock?
Yeah, that's one of your people's. But to transition, man, who should be the next head coach for the Knicks? Now, hold on. Before we even get to you, I'll say this: y'all don't deserve a coach over there. They don't deserve nothing over there.
We don't deserve nothing.
They don't deserve a damn thing over there.
Hmm.
And let me tell you why.
What?
Because yes, y'all should have fired the coach like we was talking about a week and two ago. But y'all did it at the wrong time. Now y'all, they're vetoing. Other teams are vetoing for y'all not to even have a coach for real.
Yeah.
Try to go interview Jason Kidd.
Nope.
Cut the nonsense. They try to go get old boy from the Rockets and Doka. Cut the nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all don't need no coach up there, man. Y'all need to just. Well, I'm saying y'all. I don't know who you with, Melo. See, it's the problem. One minute is Brooklyn. Next minute is these guys. Then you like OKC, and then you like
Miami.
Come on. Yeah, you everywhere. He all around the league. You all around the league right now.
I'm a casual, man. I'm a casual. That's what you call a casual fan.
You're casual because you know about the game. It's just the problem is you go with whatever's hot. You should have heard him, DG, at the start of the year. It was Patrick Mahomes this. And now all of a sudden, I'm talking to him like as if he's a Knicks fan, and tomorrow he's going to be a Brooklyn fan. I don't know. I don't know what side of the fence he's on right now.
First the barber, now it's the teams.
Yeah,
bro. Listen, DG, I kid you not, bro. He was from Golden State. Then he jumped to the Knicks. He a Brooklyn fan. I don't know if he jumped from the Knicks to Brooklyn. Then he jumped to OKC. I'm like, bro, what?
You know what's crazy? I got a picture with him and me at the Dolphins game.
He had a Dolphin jersey on?
No,
he had an orange though. He had an orange. he like one of the chameleon. He know how to blend into his environment. we be having snakes in the grass, and you won't even see him. Melo be at the game, and you'll think he's really cheering for your squad because he'd be like, "Yeah, that was a good one." No, we watching the Dolphins game. Then somehow his lady worked at the stadium, right? So now we in the skybox with it. You'd have thought Melo been a Dolphins fan his whole life
for years.
You got proof of that,
bro. Yeah. He's admitting to it right now, bro.
Yeah, I'm keeping it 100. I'm keeping it buck.
So what's up with the delusion? Like, are you a Dolphin fan or what? Like,
no, I'm not a Dolphin fan.
I'm not. He's a fan of the.
I happen to live in the area, and the Dolphins was the closest football team I could go to and watch a decent game. I can't go to East Rutherford, New York, or New Jersey. I don't know why I say New York, but New Jersey to go watch my Jets play in action. Okay, I'll be at the Monday night game this year when when my Jets beat the crap out the Dolphins. Okay, Justin Fields gonna have a great game. Okay, that defense. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that for now.
Let me ask you this: do you have any love for the Dolphins? Any type of love in your heart for the Dolphins?
Don't even ask that, DG.
Nah, not at all.
You lying, man. I know you do, but we're gonna see if we had Jaden Daniels on the Dolphins and we made a run. I think he would.
I would have been a bandwagon.
Yeah, he would have been a bandwagon. I know. I have a feeling, bro. Golden State, it makes sense, bro.
Let me tell you how he called me when the Dolphins are doing good. He's like, "Yeah, JP, man, I see those Dolphins. They looking good, man. When they doing good." Then I call him the week of a Jets Dolphins game. I won't get no type of interaction from him. God forbid that the Jets win. I see my phone and Lord and behold, guess who it is? Mr. Mello himself calling the talking Kumas in my ear. But then let it be the other way around. Let the Dolphins win. I might get a voicemail.
Mello, with your moments of silence from JP, what do you do in those moments? Like, do you watch film? Do you study the opponent? What do you do?
You want the truth? During that moment, I'm like heated because I'm upset because I'm just like, there's no business of us losing to them. You feel me? Then, I said, I start going down the list on who to blame. I start with the head coach, then it's the quarterback. Oh my God. When it was Zach Wilson under center, I was like, bro, this guy's killing us. This guy's killing us. He's not taking us nowhere. You feel me? Then next, then I look at the O-line. I start blaming the O-line. Then from there, I don't really watch film until like the next day. Because right now, during those 24 hours, I'm just in my feelings right now. You feel me? I want to let out all the steam that I'm feeling at that moment. You feel me? Then it's the next day, once when I get over it, then I'll be like, okay, let me see what went right, what went wrong, what could have been done better. That's about it.
Now JP understands. So it is what it is. If we win, you're gonna hear from him. You're not gonna hear from him. If we lose,
I figured this out a couple of years ago.
D&D.
All right. Just to change up this year, I'll definitely be available whether we win or lose this year. So if you call me, I'm gonna answer. If we lose, just call.
He got his toes crossed.
No.
Word to bro, huh?
Yeah. But just to answer this question real quick, because I have to go in a few. Who should be the next head coach for the Knicks? You guys want to call me crazy for this, but I think Eric Spoelstra of the Miami Heat should be the next head coach of the New York Knicks. And I'm gonna tell you why. Spoelstra, he's a genius. He's a guru. He could definitely bring that Heat culture to the Mecca. You get what I mean? He could change everything around. And trust me, with that roster, I promise you, he would have took that team to the NBA Finals this year. You heard it here first.
Listen, I know it's Father's Day, so we're gonna actually allow you to drink, but please, if Victoria, if you anywhere around, limit this man to at least one shot, one or two shots, because we got him talking nonsense.
Limit me to 1 to 2 shots.
Eric Spoelstra.
Eric Spoelstra.
That's what I'm saying. You heard it after we done lock this man into a contract like that.
But look, if you gave him that team, that same New York team right now, that team right now would have been representing the East in the finals.
Okay.
But he's not giving up Eric Spoelstra.
That's so.
I mean, listen.
Can't you trade? Can't you trade for him?
You can, but he better than your players at this point.
Look,
I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't mind like what you saying right now. Like, I wouldn't mind, but it's just the fact that the organization respects and admires him too much. They're not gonna let him slip away like they did D Wade and do one of those numbers. You know what I'm saying? So
what would y'all compare Spoelstra to in regards to NFL head coaches?
As far as NFL head coaches, I think he's on line with like a Shanahan, not a Shanahan, but what's his
Mike
name?
Tomlin. I think he's like the Mike Tomlin.
I could say Mike Tomlin too, but I'll go with what's his name on the Chargers?
Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh, yeah. That's why I would compare him too.
That right there, he won championships too, so
yeah,
that's valuable. So
yeah, the only problem with Spoelstra is he's an amazing coach, but his problem is he doesn't make the right in-game adjustments. Like he'll stand there and watch a 20-point lead go like nobody's business. Like you see the game slipping away, and he's just standing there. Like I don't know. And you know what I found out? I guess there was some stuff going on this year where Jaime Jaquez Jr. was messing around with his ex-wife. All right, man.
That has to be cap. That has to be cap. That's why Jaime didn't play a lot this year.
That's what they're saying. That's what happened with the minute restriction as far as Jaime is concerned. But listen to this though. I'm not even the proprietor of conspiracies like that, but I did see Jaime's minutes drop major, and I watched every Heat game this year. And there's certain moments where I was like, they could have used Jaime in that situation. So that's why that one right there, I feel like it holds just a little bit of weight because it's like it didn't seem to be no reason why they didn't play a good amount of minutes.
Bro, the next coach gonna be Rick Brunson. That's the coach, bro. That's
Right,
gonna be the
right.
next coach.
That's going to be the next coach. But to transition, man, because I want to get Melo's opinion on this before he got to get up out here. Dwight and Lance Stevenson, man, the big three fight. Now, let's start with you, Melo. What was your thoughts on this, dog?
I ain't gonna lie. I kind of saw the commotion, but I just felt like they just did it just to boost ratings. I was
Okay.
looking at more from the business aspect of it, not from like what's transparency at that moment. Just looking like, kind of I get to show viewers, hey, the big three is not your typical three,
Yeah. We let them
three-man league.
get down.
Yeah, we get down and dirty. Get what I mean? So I just feel like respectfully, they're both soft as shit. Because all they did was tussle. No, I'm not gonna lie to you. All they did was just tussle. I'm like, I ain't see no punches being thrown. I'm not saying I condone violence, but
Yeah.
if another man pushed you, then you gotta go back at it. I thought that someone was gonna swing, but hey, it didn't happen.
That was a basketball. I don't think so. From my perspective, I don't think Dwight was really trying to get after him like that. I think Dwight was trying to use his weight and try to little boy him. But then what happened was, Lance reacted like Lance normally react, and he was doing some nonsense, and that's how it led to a takedown behind the basketball goal. But yeah, I wouldn't call it nothing major. I just think it does boost the viewings because I want to see more. I want to see which one of these old heads really, getting out there to hoop, or who's just out there trying to get a little big three check. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it's some money involved, man. These guys ain't playing for free.
Shoot, they're playing for the crowds. Shoot, these are old players that used to play back in the days. Shoot, they're still trying to make a fortune to feed their families. So hey, why not?
Dwight don't care what league he playing. He'll play in Chinese league. He'll play overseas. He don't care what league as long as he playing basketball. That's one thing I can respect about Dwight. But to let a guy that's 6'6", and weigh like 100 pounds less than you, kind of like maneuver you to the ground like that.
Just different backgrounds, bro. First things first, you don't underestimate nobody for their size.
That's true,
but Dwight Howard, on top of that, Dwight Howard, we know his history. We heard some rumors about him. So like exactly. So we know like there's a little bit of softness there. So
you feel like he know who to try. You feel like do you feel like Lance know who to try?
He tried the right one, definitely.
So let me ask y'all this. If we put both of them in a celebrity boxing match, who you got? You got Dwight Howard or you got Rudy Gobert?
Dwight.
You got Dwight over Rudy?
Yeah. I really think Rudy is soft as shit because after what Draymond did to him, I was like, nah, there's no way. You're 7 foot tall and you let a 6'5" guy did that. Oh, hell no.
It's the back. That's what DG said. It's the background.
Yeah.
Where you from?
Yeah.
Where you from?
Like another example, Shador and Cam. Cam, you could tell Cam came from the struggle. Shador, we all know what's up with him for real.
Right. His dad. Hello.
Yeah. Man, that's funny, man. I think in this whole situation right here, I'll give you another one. We got Dwight and we got Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman.
Dennis.
Come on now. Come on. Yo, Dennis Rodman will mollywop him, bro.
No brainer.
Molly. Drugs or not, like he's still a woman.
when you come from the hood and you crazy,
You
can't beat that right there.
Exactly. That boy different.
Okay, boom. I have a better one. Dwight Howard or Ron Artest, now known as
Meta World Peace.
I got Meta World Peace.
He's gonna take on five dudes by himself, bro.
Exactly. They lay on the scores table.
Yeah.
Respectfully, I have Dwight. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think Dwight could whoop. Yeah, me personally, I think Meta is soft, and I'm gonna tell you why I say that. Remember that game? He was playing for the Lakers. He gave what's his name? Harden an elbow, a nice elbow to the face. Then Ibaka was about to fuck him up, and he was standing God knows how many feet back. So
The thing is though, that don't. I mean, he ain't going looking for the smoke. He had an impulsive moment. That's the crazy. That's the CTE that
Listen,
like
you
know.
know, listen. You know how many hard fouls this dude was giving out, and nobody was doing nothing about it. Listen, that boy was hard fouling anybody he could.
Yeah, so he
Ain't
definitely
nobody
wasn't
try
soft,
him.
bro.
Yeah, you're
Listen,
not going to the paint like.
He probably was. He probably was trying to limit it because if he had got one more foul, he probably would have got fouled out. Maybe
Let me tell you why I choose Metal World Peace.
why?
I seen this video. Bruh man was like, he raged out. He was like, I've been working on myself. And when somebody say that they've been working on themselves, bro, you
They're
gotta
fucked up in the head. Yep.
gotta
Take
leave
that
him
lightly.
be. He's even if he say he been working on himself, that's not the one you wanna get
that's a
involved
crash
in. Just
out, bro. That's a
leave
crash
him be,
out.
bro. He said he been working on himself. Just leave him be, bro.
And name change. He changed his
Mm.
name to Middle War Peace.
No peace.
That should show you right there. Like, yeah, don't fuck with him.
Right.
Yeah. The
He
name
gonna fuck
change.
you up.
He's trying to rebrand himself after the nonsense that he did. So
Bro, that's
So you
one.
know it's his history.
to transition, how do you
Well,
get out of a situation that no longer fits you? And we're gonna start with you, Mello, if you have a second left for
yeah.
us.
Yeah. So this is gonna be my last topic before I
Hold on, hold on,
transition.
hold on, hold on.
What?
Shout out Dr. McCullough. Because we noticed today you held it back a little bit. You held it
Yeah.
back. But continue.
Shout out to Dr. McCullough. Before I go, just answer this question: how do you get out of a situation that no longer fits you? Just walk away. Honestly, walk away. Sometimes I feel like people we tend to kind of stay stuck in a situation because of the memories and or the foundation that was created. But if it serves no purpose to you, it's just best to walk away and just create something new. You know, I just felt like, before you do anything, kind of pray, pray about it. If you're religious or anything, pray about it or just write about it. Because, eventually time will tell. And I guess once when you start getting those little hints, don't take it for granted. Just walk away.
Okay. And that's a mellow message of the day, y'all.
There you go.
And what about you, Starboy?
So I would say like you gotta like just because like the younger you and older you is two different things. So I feel like younger me, it would be harder for me to get out of the situation. But like the older me, like I don't tolerate BS. You feel me? So once I kind of see the BS starting to get like to a certain point where it's like irritating me and it's like to the point where it's like, yo, like even being next to you, like being next to a female, I don't want to be next to her and we in a relationship. Nah, like I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta remove yourself. And some girls crazy enough to where they try not to give you the opportunity to remove yourself. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Like you got to. At the end of the day, you gotta think about your own mental health, how you feel basically. Because at the end of the day, like it's okay for women to cry. If a girl break down crying in public, nobody gonna judge her. You know what I'm saying? But with a man, stuff different. You know what I'm saying? Just how the world works. We were, made to just be like a drill sergeant. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, you in a situation and it's not for you. Don't even like stop thinking about the memories. Stop saying, oh, like, her family love me or like she's a good woman, but like it's like you got a bunch of red flags and you only got a couple green. Like you gotta leave.
Okay. And UDG?
Man, how do I get out of a situation that no longer fits me? I feel like me personally, since I've matured throughout these years, I'm 28 now. Each year that I get older, it changes in regards to how I get myself out of those situations. Because you do find yourself in a lot of situations throughout life where you're associating yourself with somebody who doesn't really fit you, but you try to make it work. Sometimes the person doesn't fit you, but you try to force it. And, you're trying to fit a square peg into a circle. And no matter how much you try, it's still not working. But Some people they gonna stop after the first try. Some people gonna keep on trying until they can't no more because they really believe in that person being that person that fits them, but they really don't. So it just depends, bro. Like you said, people usually leave situations whenever it's like do or die. Like if you know like this relationship is not conducive, you're behind on bills or your priorities are not straight, then yeah, that's gonna make it easier for you to leave that situation just because of that reason alone. But if you already see it in the future, I don't know, it's really on you in regards to how you want to let it go. Do you want to do it slowly or you just want to do it right away? Don't text me, don't call me. Some people they cutthroat, they block you, you'll never find them again. Some people they slowly die down in regards to their relationship and they just stop talking. So
Okay, that sound like a plan. I definitely take that into consideration from both of you guys. When it comes to me, I feel like I'm not a rip the band-aid off fast person because I formulate meaningful connections with like individuals, and I kind of like carry on like whatever emotion they may have in the moment. But I say over time, I think time does me well, and eventually I just kind of slowly fade away. But that doesn't necessarily mean I don't take that individual's feelings or a corporation's feelings into play. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
So that's just my thought on that. Anything else y'all would care to add?
I mean, just
That's
get
good.
out.
Get out.
Get out. I'm not talking about the movie.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. So to transition, if you had an underground bunker, how would you set it up?
Mm,
And if to answer to like kind of give y'all some ideas. With me, if I had an underground bunker, I'm making my little situation like 2-story, right? But underground. You feel me? So we have the living room. You know what I'm saying? We got to have make sure we have ventilation that brings in fresh air because it's nothing like a hot ass can. You don't want to be involved in that. So I want to make sure I have a year's or two maybe worth of canned goods. You know what I'm saying? Just in case I got to thug it out down there. You know, I probably make myself a bedroom to separate from the living room, but then also have like 2 extra rooms just to kind of keep my mind sane. And if I want a different like feel, I'd definitely paint my bunker. You know what I'm saying? Have probably like I want to say how long like I would say to make this bunker that I'm thinking about, it'll probably take every bit of 3 years because I want it to resemble or mirror the house that I stay in, but underground.
mm-hmm.
You feel me? So it doesn't feel like a major drop off. No. So that's just how I'd like my bunker. What about you, Starboy?
I pretty much would just build it like a man cave. You know what I'm saying? Like pretty much man cave set up like, you know, um, got the sports area, got the gym area. So sometimes I don't gotta like leave. Like cause once if I go down there like just to like get away from the world, like I got the gym place, I got the gym with me, I got the sports, and then food, and that's it. Like what I'm saying, just so I don't have to go out every day and do everyday things. That's just how I would do it.
Okay, so you feel like you would keep yours a little more simple.
Yeah, because it's like for me, it's like all right, if I have a place where it could just be my solitude, like it's just where I could be at, and as long as I got the sports, as long as I got the food, and as long as I got the gym equipment, then I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I need to shower in there and stuff like that, but I'm just saying like how generically, like if what kind of vibe I will have in there.
Okay, okay. What about you, DG?
Yeah, I had everything up in there. You know, like Money Man, Money Man, he got one.
Yeah.
Because he's saying like when the world turn over, he gonna be straight because his crib gonna be on the ground, so nobody not gonna know where he gonna be at. So it's kind of like the people who are expecting bad things to happen are the ones who are thinking about the bunkers, a place to build underground. I would definitely do that if I had the money to.
Mm.
I don't know if it's more money if you dig into the ground and you buy a property, or if you just keep it with land surface. I'm not too sure.
Well, you would have to see what's up with the excavation team. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And then the ventilation, the AC people, that seemed like some money within itself. But what I would say is, um, if I'm gonna do the whole like plumbing system, I would have to tie mines in with my actual house. And if my actual house is no longer standing, there has to be some alternative way to remove the waste that I've put in there. So I'd say, I just know I want it to where I feel like I'm not even in the ground. I want to feel like, damn, like I don't ever want to leave here. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I'm missing is the like variety on food, but you know what I'm saying? If you get your vegetation right and you got like a little grow room to kind of get everything right, and I say I would say if you could partake in some extracurricular activities, like you don't want to be down there by yourself. You have your little dom there, or what I'm saying. You got like the homies, y'all might be blowing gas, whatever the case might
I
be.
mean, I'll low key put a bar, like a little bar,
Yeah.
a bar with a gym, like Starboy saying,
Mm,
like a big projector TV for the
mm,
games, bathroom, kitchen. You'll have everything that you pretty much need in there. If you gotta be able to come back up to the ground if you plan on like making your own food,
right.
but
If you got it like that, who's to say you can add a basketball court back there down there?
you're gonna have to go deep in there, bro.
Bro,
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
10,
it's a
more than
lot.
10 feet.
I'm thinking about at least like 40, 50 containers.
Mhm.
That's I built a mansion. I built a mansion on the ground. Boy.
I think that costs more money than above ground.
Yeah,
Like
because you're
way more
digging in
money.
deep. Yeah, there's more work digging out the dirt,
Hmm.
so they're gonna charge you more money.
My thing is, what you doing when it's like flooding? You know what I'm saying?
You grit.
Yeah, you done.
Yeah, you done. Like you try to avoid Mother Nature, but it could come up from under you too,
Yeah,
not on top.
yeah. It ain't no real running from there.
Hmm.
Mm. So this is our last topic for the day, but this is the one I'm mainly, hyped about because there's been a lot going on, man. Luckily we got Mello off before we could ask this question because I was about to get on Mello ass. Because with this whole playoff situation, I like Halliburton. I like, SGA. I like, the guys. But I also been keeping up with the hockey, man. And the hockey has been insane, bro. I'm talking about insane. That's a playoff series that's actually hooked me on to wanting to watch more hockey. Bro, it's been moments in this game, like maybe a game ago, bro. They just all said F the hockey, bro. Everybody dropped the gloves, bro. Start throwing hands. I was like,
I saw
boy, this, the little scuffles that you have back and forth in basketball, that's not in hockey. In hockey, we're gonna put this stick down, gonna put the glove down, and we're gonna let these things fly. You know what I'm saying?
And they
And
allow it.
yeah,
yeah.
the refs try to break it up, but you got one fight going on over here. You got one fight going on over there. Everybody just gotta hold their own until the refs finally could.
Nah, hockey brutal because even when after they fight, they don't suspend them.
They just send them to
Just
the box.
shake hands. All right, play again.
Yeah, they send them to the little timeout box,
Yeah,
and they do a
that's
little time there, and back to the ice.
No wonder them boys' teeth be missing.
hmm
it.
Now you
Yeah.
got the best dentist in the world now these days. You know what I'm saying? So that don't even matter now these days. They give them a little fresh pair of veneers and then be right back rocking.
It felt like hockey just started. It's already the playoffs.
The hockey and basketball season move around the same time.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I wasn't
hmm
keeping up with hockey.
Yeah, but once you tap in, bro, I say, hold on. What's today? The
Some,
fifth.
yes, 15.
Sure. I gotta check and see if there's a game on tonight. DG, bro, I encourage you to watch it, bro. You're gonna be like, wow. At first, all the Dolphins players be at the hockey game.
Bro,
So
I was thinking about going to one of their games, bro.
yeah, it's a good experience, man. You know, get the Zoe boy on the ice, man. We already had Kodak pull up.
Yeah. Now the next game not till Tuesday.
Okay, till Tuesday. So I'm
Tuesday.
gonna call you. I'm gonna call you there, DG. Just tap in, bro.
What time on Tuesday?
8 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get off at 9. I mean, I'll see.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. And also, shoot, we gotta. I know we was talking about some type of like collab was trying to do. Was that
Collab with
you?
who?
Like me and you?
What what for this channel or mine?
I think it was for yours, but I don't remember. Was it like a just Dolphins talk? Because I also got a guy right that
Yeah.
I've been watching, and he covers the Miami Heat, and
Mhm.
he's covering that KD situation and how KD supposed to either pull up or not. I'm not really too stressed out about that one, but
Yeah, I don't think KD gonna move us, bro.
nah, nah.
He probably help us win more games in the playoffs, but I don't think he gonna help us get to where we want to be.
The final destination, right?
Yeah,
But this is what I say: he got to have one last hoorah. You know what I'm saying? Because he getting kind of old now. You feel me?
man.
So
But
I don't want.
you over here decorating all the legends teams.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like you let OKC do that to you. You leave OKC. Now they got something better. You know, it's just like KD. He's ring chasing. I don't know if he's doing that now. He probably bag chasing now since he's a little older.
It's bag and ring chasing because if you think about it, you was on the Suns, right? That roster alone should have made way more noise. You got a Bradley Bill, that's an all star. You got a Devin Booker, that's an all star. You know what I'm saying? You're an all star. Like
Mhm.
that's a nice team assembled,
You
but
know,
they folded. But yeah, as far as playoff talk is concerned, man, for me and Starboy, I think Starboy got the Pacers. I got OKC winning, but I haven't put a date on it. I haven't put a like game 6 or game 7. I just think this is gonna go to a game 7, and I think that OKC is gonna pull it out. But I think both teams are very evenly matched, man, and they play two different styles of basketball. Like one team is predicated on running and gunning, and the other team is more so like skill, get to your mid range, find the right shot. You know what I'm saying? And it just depends on what basketball you're a fan of. And from what I realize is now people are starting to put some more respect on Halliburton name, bro, because he plays a style that's more run and gun, get the ball out to your guys. You know what I'm saying? And nobody really cared about that basketball, beyond Magic Johnson and them boys. So now that we got this type of running gun style again, it's fun to watch, no doubt. But I want to see the MVP, saying come out victorious. You win the MVP and win a championship. That'd be a nice touch on things. You know what I'm saying? So I'm curious to know, Starboy, like, what's your thoughts on that, man?
The whole playoffs, you know who I got. But I felt like, the other night, I feel like Indiana had a chance to go up 3-1. If it would have been they would have won a 3-1, series would have been basically over. I feel
Mhm.
like the coach, he made some mistakes by not putting back in Benedict Mathurin or not putting back in Obi Toppin. You get what I'm saying? Like late in the fourth, when their offense had become stagnant to the point where it's like it was just Hallie. It was a Hallie show. Like that was what it was. Because I think he had scored um, like 8 to 10 in the fourth. Um, their biggest problem is they can't stop SGA, and
Mhm.
because they can't stop SGA, like if you have one star on another team, you need another star to equal his output. So
Right.
if this man is averaging over 30, there's nobody on Indiana. I don't think there's nobody on their team that had 30 in one game so far. So SGA is averaging 30, and you got two players, Siakam and him, Siakam and Halliburton that got 37 points. Well, um SGA crossed them both out by himself. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, that's their disadvantage. Honestly, how the series goes is like I don't know how it's gonna go after that because OKC was kind of playing into their hands by playing small ball. But now that the series back 2-2, now they could play Chet and Hartenstein.
Right. Big.
Play
They
how
play bigger lineup.
Exactly. Now they can play how they want to play since that, it's a tied series. but I feel like Halliburton has to be more aggressive. Like he needed, I don't know what he was on when he was playing the Knicks, but he needed to get back in that bag because he ain't dropped 30 once. Game one, yeah, he got a game winner, cool, but he needed to get back into that more scoring bag. High assists because when their assists are low, when the assists are high, then they up and down running, they scoring like that. But when he got low assists, the ball, the offense is kind of stagnant. So that's just how I see it. I still got Indiana, but it's like after game 4, I'm a little worried.
Okay. And the cool thing about this DG is neither team has ever won a championship.
So ain't OKC get close one year?
Yeah, they got close, but they lost to the Heat.
2012.
Oh, okay, wow, dang. So I don't know. I think OKC. I ain't gonna lie. I think OKC after what happened in the finals, what I seen from them, it just seemed like they're gonna win the championship. Wait, what's the score right now?
It's 2-2.
2-2.
Yeah.
Next game where?
OKC.
Yeah, now I like OKC. Yeah, I feel like that's in their favor.
The irony in that though is Indiana have went there and stole a game in their home gym.
They're probably not gonna let that happen again. Now that they see that they got competition, I feel like now they're gonna step. I feel like OKC came in to the series thinking that we better.
Yeah.
But now that they see that Halliburton he could keep up, Siakam could keep up with them boys. Now them boys gonna be like, okay, we at our house, we gonna try to hold it down. That's what I feel like.
And you've been putting any tickets down?
Yeah, I be missing by one so much, bro. It's like I don't know, bro.
Vegas always knows. Vegas always
knows. I want to put 3 picks, but I'm not willing to bet 100. I'm not willing to risk that much.
Yeah. But then again, you know what they say too: scared money don't make money, man.
That's why I wait till NFL season.
Yeah,
I'm willing to risk $200 on NFL because I'm confident with what I know with football. So
right. Okay. But yeah, man. Hey, I say NFL, we definitely gonna have our league going. You know what I'm saying? Anybody?
What day for the draft? Because I'm trying to set the draft date.
True, you set the draft date. So we move.
I mean, Starboy, he hasn't accepted yet, and you say you got 2 other homeboys.
No, I accepted it.
Oh, you just accepted it? Okay.
No, I accepted it probably like this week that just passed.
Then so it's probably forgot or Mellow.
Okay, so what we could do, we could all put a 20 down or something like that, and then to see how it goes. I did a pre-draft. I ain't gonna lie, y'all should be scared.
Yeah, since it's 4, we're all gonna be able to get very good players.
Yeah, I ain't scared.
Yeah, so
okay.
If it was like a larger league, like a 6 to 12, kinda because everybody gonna be like cop blocking, getting all the good players. So now you gotta be smart about the backups that's gonna get playing time.
Listen, I'll be in 3 leagues.
3 leagues?
3 leagues, bro.
Hey, sometimes that's not always good, bro. I was in 3 leagues last year, bro. And the one that's doing the worst, it make you feel like, do I want?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, bro. I already like foresaw ever since last year. I've been in second. I already know what we doing. I already know what I went wrong. So
okay, what do you think you went wrong at?
Last year I didn't do too much of mobile QBs.
Yeah.
So that's where, because mobile QBs gonna get you
Tush
the yards.
push.
And if they score, the rushing, because Jalen Hurts, there was week where he had 4 rushing TDs.
Mm-hmm.
And then that give you automatically 7-8 points right there just from a TD.
You know who I think is somebody I should watch out for, and this is a sleeper. And don't quote me on this, but I think Bryce Young is a sleeper. To emerge from the dirt. Feel me? If you had to go for second QB after, I think Bryce Young with the weapons that he's getting.
Oh no, he got some good weapons. He did get some good weapons. They snap on the offense this season.
Yeah.
Receiver room.
But I still think Bryce Young is Torkut. I just don't think is, he could play average. I think, but I don't think he's gonna be in the top tier level for like Panthers fans to feel like they're okay with the quarterback that they got. You know, so I like both. I like Penix more than him. I like Baker Mayfield more than him. So off rip, I know they're gonna probably finish 3rd or 4th in the division. So
thing is, Baker's gonna give you the same thing every year. Now that I'm seeing, like, Baker's gonna do enough to have y'all competing, but it ain't gonna be enough. And same with Bryce Young too. Bryce Young is gonna do enough this year because he's trying to keep that job. Then you got Penix. With Penix, I want him to do good because I liked Penix coming out, and I thought the Dolphins was actually gonna go for him, but. That's like having a bigger tour.
Sometimes you gotta go against Vegas.
Yeah.
That's why if Vegas say this is gonna happen, do the opposite. That's why I did last year. Like Lamar, he had a good year the year before. Everybody will expect him to have a downfall. And I expected it too. I'm like, ain't no way Lamar gonna do this back to back. I was here thinking that Joe Burrow gonna win the division. But the underdog most of the time like comes out victorious. So
come out the grass.
Like the people that nobody really don't have film on yet, and you really confident like they're gonna blow. Those are the people that you should draft in fantasy.
Like what's his name? Jaden Daniels.
I mean, he already played, so people got film on. They know what he's
they know now.
He getting picked early.
CJ Stroud, remember CJ Stroud when he came out? Yeah,
exactly. He getting picked early, but you gotta get the value in the later picks as well.
So let me ask you this: you gonna put Shador on your ticket on your team?
It's questionable in regards to if he's gonna get playing time this year. So I never put him
on
any of my fantasy.
It's no reason he shouldn't. But I think he would be available in free agency. But it's no reason.
But you think if Shador Sanders gonna win, you think he putting up good numbers? Like
nah, they don't got a complete squad. They got a guy on the defense. They got they got different pieces in different spots, but no continuity. So yeah, it's raining. Whoa, and it's been
Texas need that,
bro. You heard we had a flood over here
in Texas,
bro. We had a flood. 11 people died.
11 people. I don't know. That's why I'm gonna stay in Florida, even though it could happen in Florida too.
Bro, just random stuff just be happening, bro. You can't foresee some of this stuff, but yeah, man. Soko fam, thanks for joining us. We'll keep on bringing out the content, and we should have a mellow next week with couple stories to tell us about how his evening went on Father's Day, because he had to leave us due to the unforeseen events.
Where he went with the zoo?
Yeah, my man's gonna be at the strip club today, man.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, Father's Day turn up, man.
All right,
big turn up.
Hello, if you watching this, throw some ones for me, man, and pick them back up.
Man, if you watching this, Mello, don't hurt yourself, bro.
Yeah, because there's a couple of times.
Don't hurt yourself. That's a funny guy. But shoot, that concludes this episode, y'all boys. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Soko fam, help this channel grow to at least 10K by the end of the year. And we just gonna speak that into existence. You feel me?
Yeah, we'll get 10K.
Yeah, sure. It's coming.
Until then, out.
Hey, gal, me like the way you perform, the way you grab on me cocky, turn me on, and pan your whip, ready to get it on. She got the wine down to the yard.